Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Diablo 3 Hardcore with the Demon Hunter. As always, this is Josh, and I'm going to see if I can make a new piece of chest armor here just for the hell of it. Who cares, right? Rather destroy it. So, let's go ahead and destroy that. And anything else I can make? Maybe something for Cormac, huh? Yeah, he might be good with that axe, I would think. Let me make absolutely certain he can use an axe. Well, I think he can. If not, I will look foolish. Oops. Oh, stop. I didn't mean it. Alright, so I'll go ahead and make this for him. And he better appreciate it. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. 20 damage. So let's put that on him.
I don't use that.
Oh wait, he actually is level 9 and that's a level 15 item. Okay, I'm an idiot. I did not even remotely pay attention. That's what happens, folks. So, we'll go ahead and throw that back in there as well. And let's go ahead and kill the Skeleton King. That's something I can do without fucking it up. So, that skeleton just like teleported in there, didn't he? Yeah, I feel like I'm back in the game now. I'm not suffering from torchlight withdrawal. I know what I'm doing. As much as I ever do, anyway. I managed to miss a bunch of stationary pots of ashes. It's not a good sign. I'm gonna be honest. Things are looking kind of grim based on that assessment of my skill. Alright. Let's go ahead and pick up the Fortune Shrine, because why not waste our time? And I'll go down here and show you this little scene, because it's interesting. Grab Leoric's sword.
Keep your distance from him. This burden is mine to bear. May death bring peace from your madness, Leoric.
Traitors! Even in death, the armies of Condorus will still obey their king, even if you will not.
So, that was kind of just a little reenactment of where Lekdonin came home and killed Leoric. Pretty cool how they put that in there, I thought. Now this may... Nope, okay. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see another one until later on, towards the end of Act 1. That's cool, though. So in here...
You dare to bring the warmth of life into my tomb?
We shall put you down, Hellspawn.
I want to take out these pillars as soon as possible.
My hatred is too low.
Alright, so that took them out. It's always a slightly nerve-wracking area on hardcore, because it can be easy to get pinned in if you don't have something like Vault there as a backup. Wow, I didn't even know you could do that. Huh. You learn something every day, huh? That's neat. I've often said these are the hardest doors in the game to open, just because you'll see by the time we get around here. Oh no! Oh, usually these guys are like pinned right up against the doors, and they just don't want to. And see there, it's hard to target him. It's just, I don't know, really poorly laid out in my opinion. This is our last little area here before going to fight the Skeleton King. Check, make sure there's nothing super interesting down here.
How are criminals treated in your land?
They are given 3 days food and water, then banished.
How odd. In the order, they're just executed.
Ha ha ha. You can go in there to have a fight with a few skeletons, but it's not really necessary. So go ahead and open the door here. And hopefully we'll get level 11 off of the fight with Skeleton King.
You will never defeat me!
You were defeated the moment you surrendered to madness.
Okay. You can tell I've done that a couple times, I think. So basically, there's Leoric. For some reason, you want to put the crown on his head to wake him up before you kill him. I don't know why you don't just, walk up here and smash him to bits. But, let's play along. Put the crown on his head, wake his grumpy ass up. Have his armor magically float onto him. Let's go and place caltrops down here. Key to this fight is reading his attacks. His moves are very telegraphed. Right here he's going to do a 3-swipe attack, and there it is. He is also going to teleport like that. You can use Vault to get away, but it's really not necessary at this point. We'll summon 2 waves of skeletons. There's the first, and here's the second. Now, the point of these skeletons is to leave those health globes for you, for when you need them. So do not immediately pick them up. This is a good time to learn the habit of saving health globes. Because it's much, much more beneficial for you to actually leave them there. See, now I can kind of use one, so I'll pick one up. Much better job of escaping Leoric's teleport there. And move just out of range of the third attack, and we're good. There's a summon. And down he goes. And like I thought, it got us to level 11. Unlocked Bola Shot. And a great rune to have, Withering Fire. And we got a couple items here. So, let's take a look, make sure. Good. They're not in fact better than those. And did it do the trick? It did. So, good game, Blizzard. How about you make it work right next time? Anyway, that's amazing. It's a two-hander, so useless. Oh yeah, the skills, that's what I was trying to think of. Bola Shot, I'll show you really quick. Basically, shoot out an explosive bola, wrap around the target. After 1 second, it goes off and deals 160% weapon damage as fired to the target, and an additional 110% weapon damage as fire all other targets within 7 yards. Now you may think, my god, why wouldn't you use that? There's 2 reasons. 1 second delay. That may not sound very long at all, but considering this fact, I fire 1.84 attacks per second, and they do 115% damage at least, because they've also got that 50% chance to pierce, which can wrap back around and hit the same target. So let's just go ahead and take half of 115%. Okay? And so that's another, 57%. So that's 172% weapon damage, essentially. And that's terrible, terrible, terrible math. Don't take this for anything serious. That is already an advantage. The other thing, 7 yards. In blizzard measurements, 7 yards is about 3 inches. I don't know how they get their math, but it's really not correct. So, anyway, but Withering Fire, awesome. Takes that initial hatred cost of rapid fire down from 20 to 5. And they also do fire damage instead of physical, so that can be helpful. So, good to have. It's going to allow me to use rapid fire quite a bit more. So let's head down under the chair and see what, in fact, the fallen star actually was. So, your last chance to take a guess. Anybody know? Better questions. Anybody not know? Alright. It is that dude.
So it was you who fell here and caused this chaos. And yet I know that you are not evil.
I am. I remember falling.
Do you remember who you are?
I am not your enemy. I think. Yes, I believe I have come with a warning. The darkness. The darkness is coming. I don't remember.
Perhaps Deckard Cain can help you. Come with me.
Alright. So, the Stranger. Now, those of you who are familiar with the previous Diablo games probably already have a good idea of who this is. Especially, you may even recognize his voice. So let's head back to New Tristram, though.
I ventured far to find the power behind the fallen star. But it was only a man. He can recall nothing of his strange arrival. Perhaps Cain will be able to find the truth of this matter.
Okay. So, perhaps we will. Let's talk to Cain.
I found him at the center of the crater.
No man could survive such a thing. Who are you? What are you?
A warrior, I think. I came bearing grave news, but I cannot remember.
Your message might be all that can save us from impending doom.
Greater and greater.
Alright, so Cormac actually leveled up. It's a good chance to show off this. So, every 5 levels, your follower gains a new skill, and you choose from one of 2 things. So, we've already got a heal, and I should have showed you this before. So, the Templar can cast a heal. I chose that over Taunt when it's only activated for when you're below 50% health and only lasts 3 seconds. It's really not that great. It's got a 1 minute cooldown. Whereas the heal's on a 30-second cooldown. Still not all that great, but why not? So the other option is Loyalty, which regenerates 4 life per second for both you and the Templar, and Intimidate, which slows enemy units by 60% for 3 seconds when they hit the Templar. I'm actually still going to go with the life regeneration, because I don't care. To show you some of his later skills, he's going to have Charge, which deals 50% damage and stuns all enemies within 8 yards for 2 seconds on a 30-second cooldown, or Onslaught, which delivers a massive blow to an enemy for 200% weapon damage on a 15-second cooldown. I will actually be taking Charge, and then the other choices will be Inspire or Guardian, and it's going to be Inspire, just to let you know. Because that is going to basically give us 1 hatred per second, which is pretty decent. So let's go ahead and talk to Cain again.
Tell me everything you remember, stranger. Every detail.
Falling. Fire. A sword of great power. It was part of me, but it shattered into 3 pieces as I fell.
It is vital that we find those pieces. I believe the sword made whole will restore your memory.
The goatmen are rampaging through the fields. Could the sword have anything to do with that?
Of course, of course. Just as the dead rose around the stranger, the sword pieces drove the goatmen to madness.
Then I will slay them and return the sword to you.
See, what I think is that at this point, I'm pretty sure Kane knows exactly who this is. Because that's a pretty crazy thing to say, well, I think if we put the sword together, you'll know exactly who you are. Because what the hell? What if it's just a sword, you know? I mean, he has no reason to think this. But he does, and he's right. But I don't want to spoil anything just yet. So, here we are back at the Cemetery of the Forsaken. Don't worry, we're not going into the tombs. We are going to kill a lot the damned. And his crazy fast skeleton quartet. So, we picked up stupid armor. And yeah. Oh, look, it's the Gravedigger. Thanks, Gravedigger. Let's walk face first through that gate. Thanks, face. And through the bridge. Into the Fields of Misery.
If there's a sword here, we will find it.
Now, the Fields of Misery, the game, as far as strategy and enemy diversity, starts to open up a little bit. You start seeing some different enemies that, you know, not all various forms of undead. You do, for instance, have giant enemy trees, which I thought for sure one of them was going to be here, but I guess not. And we'll probably, before too long, come across, well, there's a tree. The thing to watch out for these trees are these things here. They explode and deal all kinds of poison damage. And if you stand in it, it will kill you. So, by all means, be aware of those. They're by far more dangerous than the trees themselves. So, here in the Fields of Misery, what we're looking for is the Khazra Den. Now, this is not the Khazra Den, but it is a side area that is worth exploring.
Can't be far. Their tracks are fresh.
Okay. So you can tell I knew that ambush there was coming. So let's go ahead and go down in here real quick. See if we get anything decent. Take those guys out. You can see that rapid fire is not nearly the drain on my hatred that it once was. Refresh that frenzied shrine. Take out this nest. I really like the design for those nests in this one. Let's go ahead quickly down to level 2 here, so we can get the loot, which is the real reason we're here, is it not? Anytime you see one of these little side dungeons, always a 2-level affair, and on the 2nd level you'll find some chests. And nothing to really write home about in that one. Not sure why that one exploded. So there's our resplendent chest. There's some pretty impressive changes coming up for resplendent chests in patch 1.0.5. At least unless they end up changing from what I recall, resplendent chests are actually going to be affected by Nephilim Valor, which is really interesting. Not something I thought they would actually do, but they did, and they actually want to have more things give you charges of Nephilim Valor, which is really a good move, I think. So, do I want to give up Magic Find for Vitality and Health and Gold pickup? Normally the answer is no, and in this case with the extra 3 armor, I'll go ahead and do it, because 3% Magic Find is really negligible, so nothing to really get excited over. And there we got some goat men. Okay. I can tell this is going to be one of those ones that takes me forever to find the Khazra-dûn. Every once in a while, it's in just a weird place.
By all that is holy, do you see
Some
that enemy?
champion bull demons there. Oh, Vortex, that's right. I was like, why the hell could he do that? But, yeah. I should pay attention. And, Decaying Crypt. Another side area. Well, let's go ahead. Why not? This is, a fairly rare one, at least in my experience. It's always, every time I've come across it anyway, it's got that little watery area outside, that you just saw earlier. Fairly packed with guys here. That's kind of surprising. And then nothing. This is really odd. It could have been one of those. I guess that's probably what the answer is. They were just saying they're spawning zombies.
Hatred is too low.
Sorry, Cormac. Thought you were a zombie. Forgive me. Okay, nothing really over here.
Fate has brought us together on this path.
Why is that?
You fight with both honor and ferocity. I know that a pure soul must burn within you.
Thanks, man. Really take that to heart and shit. Okay. Starting to wonder if there's a point. Another frenzy shrine. And one thing to point out about my comments earlier, you know, comparing different skills, there are situations certainly where Bola Shot could be better, and that's namely in tight areas with groups of enemies like we're seeing a lot of here. So I mean, I could switch over, but really, I mean, we're doing just fine, and I just don't like the way Bola Shot feels. I think the only way I would be satisfied with it would be if it was on no delay whatsoever, and I think that would be overpowered, to be honest. So, I think it's a good attempt at an ability, but I'm just never going to use it.
Not enough hatred.
Okay, that takes care of them. And let's take a quick look. Okay, it's a Bardish, never mind. I do want to put this on my man Cormac.
This will aid me.
And that as well, because that's gonna, even though it's a 2% less chance to block, it's a shit ton of vitality, and that's gonna actually take his life way up there. So see where it's 382 now, with that 806. So that's a huge gain for a small amount of difference in gear. So let's head down to level 2 of the Decaying Crypt. Take these guys down. There's quite a horde we've got piling up here. Beat him back a little with rapid fire. Wow. And there's some lag for you. That was helpful. Wow. This is an impressive amount of zombies. Still no real danger. Okay, come on. Too much for you, buddy? Ooh. I've actually only seen this one other time. That's crazy. I honestly can't remember how this goes.
Be on your guard. Spirits lie.
That's not very nice.
Our meddling daughter would do well to leave us be. You will pay for her weakness.
At last, they are free.
Okay. Well, thanks for standing amidst all the health globes,
Thanks to you,
bitch.
my family can now rest, free from the curse they brought upon themselves.
Okay.
Some spirits linger to right past wrongs. I was mistaken about her.
Alright. Well, got a little bit of experience, so that's cool. And a resplendent chest. Okay. Well, anything over here? Nope. Knew I was gonna pick up those boots. It's not my fault. It's the game's fault. Nothing is my fault. Okay, let's head back out and see if we can find the Khazra Den real quick. Okay, I'm guessing it's going to be up here this way. Kind of odd to have two side dungeons in one at one time. A little unusual. Gotta watch for these traps. It's certainly not going to be this far over. And there we are.
There's that strange light again. The sword piece must be inside this cave.
And we've got Elite back here.
Not enough hatred.
Alright. It's not quite as good as the one he's got, I don't think. Yeah, not really. Alright, let's head into the Khazra Den. So we've got some members of that cult, as well as some goatmen. And traps. Don't forget traps. That actually scared me. I don't know how, considering I've been through here dozens of times. Oh, I've never come in from the south.
With the ritual. Magda will be here soon.
Will she?
Just as I thought. The sword piece is here.
Who are you to take what is mine?
You are not the owner of this sword.
Regardless, I have claimed it. I am Magda, and I lead this coven. The shard is mine.
To hell with you, witch.
Very well. Let the games begin. Well fought, but you will never possess the next piece. It has fallen where only the ancients may tread.
She is more devious than she appears.
Okay, so we gained level 12 in that little bit there. Now let's take a quick look. One thing we did get is a skill rune for caltrops, and that increases the slowing amount to 80%, which is always good. So we'll go ahead and take that. The other thing we unlocked is Chakram. I will not be using this, simply because rapid fire is better. Just because it's easily controlled, whereas Chakram is not. I'll show you real quick how it works.
It has been consumed by my hatred.
We are both blessed then. My faith armors me against fear.
So Chakram does 170% weapon damage as physical to enemies along its path. The thing is, its path is kind of stupid. So, yeah, it's possible to miss entire groups of enemies with that. And, I mean, I suppose with practice you can get good at it, but I would rather just, you know, win and have fire death in a straight line wherever I want it. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and take the glowing sword shard, and it wants us to take that back to Cain. What I am going to do here is take a quick gander around this way. Nothing on that guy. And then we'll head up to the right, because I believe if I head up there, well, for one thing, I'll find a chest. Not exactly what I was looking for, though. But we'll take it. It's probably over here to the bottom left then. Yes. Here we are. This will take me right back out to the Fields of Misery, where I can go up and find the waypoint before we end this episode. Fields of Misery is one of those areas that's kind of set in at least the overall shape of the zone, and you're pretty much always going to find your waypoint right up here. It can be a little bit farther into the west, but generally speaking, it's going to be up in the northeast corner of the map. Oh shit, they teleport. You can see that skill rune changed the color of the caltrops circle there. Okay, so should be somewhere around here, our waypoint. This is a bad sign. Every once in a while, I've found it like smack in the middle of the map. It's kind of inconvenient, but it's no matter because it'll move the next time you log in. Oh, there it is. Wow, it's really far over this time. It's funny, there's some things I take to be a given that could very well be that it's kind of like the thing with the tombs in the cemetery, where I always get it on the first one. I mean, I know there are people who always get it on the third one, but who knows? So let's go ahead and talk to Kane real quick before we end this.
I have the sword piece, but a woman named Magda and her minions tried to wrest it from me.
Uncle Deckard, you sound like those dark cultists you told me about.
Very good, Leia. You have been paying attention. Stranger, does any of this jar your memory?
I have no memory of this coven, but I sense a far darker shadow guiding its hand.
Okay. So, I know this is going on a little bit longer than my previous episodes, but we'll go ahead and talk to Leia, just to get an idea of what's going to be happening next time.
Magda said something curious about the next piece. She believes it fell where only ancients may tread.
That makes me think of the drowned temple near the festering woods. I remember you telling me about it, Uncle.
Exactly, Leia. The temple was home to the Nephilim. Leia, your knowledge could be invaluable. You must go and help our friend retrieve the sword piece.
The Nephilim were ancient humans with fantastic powers. Legend holds that they waged a terrible battle near the temple, and that their ghosts still war with one another.
Okay, so next time we will be going up there to see what she's talking about with all the ancients, and we'll learn a little bit more about the Nephilim. So look forward to that, and till next time, take care.